Ladies and gentlemen, I have extremely shocking news from the chess world here on October 20th, 2022. Many of you have followed my channel for the last 2 years, maybe 1 year, maybe some months, and maybe some of you are brand new. If you are, then welcome to my channel. My name is Levi Rosman, also known as GothamChess. I have a lot of good videos for beginners and intermediate players. I normally don't do video intros at all, but many of you have been getting into the world of chess because of the recent drama, and today it hit its peak as Hans Niemann has filed a lawsuit, I believe under some sort of federal jurisdiction, but happening in the state of Missouri, against Magnus Carlsen, Chess.com, Danny Rensch, and Hikaru Nakamura. He announced this. Actually, first it was announced on Twitter by not Hans, but this individual, Ollie. So I just wanted to give, I suppose, proper mention. And in this video, and of course then Hans followed up, Hans is suing for what seems to be $400 million, not $100 million. It's a little bit unclear, and we're going to get into all that. And the point of this video is to just give kind of a update, a shocking one, and then as always, try to give you my thoughts in the entire affair and everything that has taken place recently. Here is the report, or here is the report. Yes, here is the report. I will now move myself over this way, and we are not going to read the entire report, but rather we are going to get into the most important parts of it, and then I will give you my thoughts, okay? Bear with me. This is crazy. So, Magnus Carlsen, Play Magnus Group, Danny Rensch, Chess.com, and Hikaru Nakamura. Hans Niemann, through his attorneys Ovid and Ovid, I don't know what pro hack application forthcoming and so on, as follows, right? So, as we scroll down here, Hans Niemann is a 19-year-old self-taught chess prodigy, brings this action to recover from the devastating damages defendants have inflicted upon his reputation, career, and life by egregiously defaming him and unlawfully colluding to blacklist him from the profession to which he has dedicated his life. So this is already a lot. I mean, defaming, unlawfully colluding. So they have colluded. That's a big thing, right? That's saying that they have colluded to blacklist him, okay? It was not an individual decision by any party. In 2014, Niemann became the youngest ever winner of the Tuesday Night Marathon at Mechanics Institute Chess Club. So I think they're going to list some of his accomplishments. Oldest chess club in the U.S., earning him U.S. CF Master. December 2020, FIDE, International Governing Body of Professional Chess, awarded him its highest honor by making him a Grand Master, and so on. Chess is Niemann's life. His gift for playing chess earned him a scholarship to the prestigious Columbia Grammar and Prep School in New York City. And he attended working full-time to support himself financially. Since the age of 16, his sole means of supporting himself have been from the money he makes teaching chess and participating in chess tournaments. Yes, I know that life as well. Magnus, 31-year-old chess player from Norway. He's presently 5-time world champion. This is just background. Prior to the acts giving rise to this complaint, Play Magnus proudly touted Hans as one of its ambassadors. Over the years, Play Magnus has grown into one of the 2 largest online companies in the world, second only to the multi-billion-dollar behemoth Chess.com. I wonder, do they know that? Does anybody know that? Really? Billion? Or is that just a figure of people? Good for Chess.com, damn. Seriously. Of course. I mean, just jokes, right? August 2022. Chess.com agreed to acquire Play Magnus. Yep. Carlsen, having solidified his position as king of chess, believes when it comes to chess, he can do whatever he wants and get away with it. Okay, wow. That is a very strongly worded sentence. Soundly defeated Carlsen. Yes. Okay, that is what happened. Let me scroll up a little bit. Notably, this was not the first time Niemann beat Carlsen at chess, just the first time he did so at a FIDE event. Upset victory effectively dashed Carlsen's 2 remaining statistical ambitions. Oh my god. Niemann's upset victory dashed Carlsen's 2 remaining ambitions. 2,900 FIDE performance rating for the first time. Wait, what? Wait. FIDE, that's not what he's going for. He's not going for performance of 2,900. He's going for rating 2,900. Okay. Breaking his own world record unbeaten streak in FIDE sanctioned events. Beating his own world record unbeaten streak. But, okay. I mean, this is a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I mean, essentially, it's not a performance rating. It's a rating, 2,900 rating. And Magnus's unbeaten streak is 120, and he was on 50 or 60, I think, when he played Hans. I mean, okay. A bit much, but making matters worse for Carlsen, Niemann embarrassed Carlsen by playfully taunting him. Oh my God. So did he embarrass him or did he playfully taunt him? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Notorious for his inability to cope with defeat, Carlsen snapped, enraged that the young Niemann, fully 12 years his junior, as opposed to like half 12 years, dared to disrespect the king of chess, and fearful that the young prodigy would further blemish his multi-million-dollar brand by beating him again, Carlsen viciously and maliciously retaliated against Niemann by falsely accusing Niemann without any evidence of somehow cheating during their in-person game and demanding the organizers of the Singfield. Oh my God, that is an intense statement. That is a very intense statement. And it, you know, the interesting thing is, I know the chess world, right? You and I, we've been involved, and like we read that, we're like, yeah, that's kind of an intense way of wording something, but will that hold up in a room of mediation? Like, we'll get into all the legal stuff because I'm not a lawyer. And even those that I've spoken to are kind of confused about how this is all going to go down. So, right, Carlsen withdrew from the event, and then, okay, this is a little bit more of the background. Carlsen's unprecedented actions, coupled with his unfounded accusations, sent shockwaves across the world. And yes, Carlsen knew, okay, they're saying he knew the public would believe his accusations, even though he had no legitimate basis to believe he cheated against them. He could ensure there was no reputable chess tournament would invite Hans to compete in the future, and his false accusations would cause other players to boycott Niemann as well. Okay, a flurry of independent, unbiased sources have uniformly confirmed there's no evidence Hans cheated, including chess.com, by the way. For what it's worth, didn't they? Didn't they say there's not enough evidence to prove he cheated over the board? That's where it gets a little confusing. So, this is a timeline of things that went down. And already based on defendants' defamatory accusations, chess.com Global Championship revoked his... This one was interesting. Teenage Grandmaster Vincent Keimer canceled his upcoming match with Niemann in Germany. Wow. That is not a fact that... no one's heard of that, right? Tata Steel Chess Tournament, one of chess's most prestigious tournaments, immediately ceased its ongoing arrangements for Niemann to play in its 2023 tournament, and Niemann cannot obtain employment as a chess teacher at a What? Oh my gosh. Okay. That's another one. I wonder what school this is. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of chess schools in New York. I mean, if Hans is trying to get employed at a chess school, there's a lot of reputable chess schools in New York. Now, this is where it gets interesting. According, Niemann asserts the following claims against his defendants: slander, libel, unlawful group boycott under the Sherman Act, good lord, tortuous I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, interference with contract and business expectancies, and civil conspiracy. Seeks damages in an amount to be determined at trial, but no less than $100 million. Now, the reason I'm saying this is confusing, okay, is because if you go to page 43 of this report, now, I'm not a lawyer, okay, or a data scientist, or anybody that can prove anything statistically. I'm just a chess YouTuber and a guy who just wants to see some peace. Like, we like chaos, but this is a bit much. This is what I don't get. He requests the court grant the following relief. The first cause of action, not less than 100 million. Second cause of action, not less than 100 million. Does this add up? This is what I'm confused about. Does that add up or not? Is it 400 million plus this one, specific amount of which to be determined at trial, plus prejudgment interest, and any other relief, costs, expenses, attorney fees? I mean, is he suing for $400 million? This is what I know. Now, it's 200 clauses, right? This is a 43-page report, and it's sort of a background of everything. It's a background of absolutely everything. I mean, it goes into every single sentence, and yeah, this is where we are now. This is where we are now. And like it says here, you know, oh, it says Carson. Wait, I just scrolled to a random page and it says Carson. It doesn't even say Carlsen. Wow. But okay, I mean, it's a 43-page document. I'm sure there's maybe one spelling mistake here and there. But this is it. I mean, it goes into a giant explanation of everything. Now, one fascinating thing that somebody brought up was the fact that the chess industry in and of itself, according to Yahoo Finance, is something like 160 million, 150 million. That's what I was seeing in some other areas. Now I'm going to go back to full screen. So 150 million is the entire industry. Lawsuits obviously kind of big. Now, okay, first things first. In general, when lawsuits are filed, my understanding from a non-legal background is that you overdo the things in the lawsuit, right? You overdo what you're expecting in the hopes of getting at least part of it. Okay, so 100 million is probably not much, but obviously a lot of things are abstract. Potential sponsorships, image, and so on and so forth. Now, if you're going to watch this and you have some legal background, and I say anything bad, please don't hate me. Please, if anything, I encourage the people with some sort of legal background to be the most upvoted or thumbed up comments. Okay, we need some of your clarity. Even if it's going to be more confusing, we can't have the clarity like the lawsuit speaks for itself, number one comment. You know, it would actually help in this case to have this. Now, look, folks, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I've been honest with you for weeks since this kind of whole thing broke out. Yes, drama is good for views. Drama is good for ad revenue. Drama is good. And creators telling you otherwise are lying to you. And I'm not going to lie to you. This type of stuff, media salivates over it. CNBC, Axios, ESPN, a bunch of other news networks. TMZ is publishing about this right now. Media loves this. All right. I mean, even myself as a user, this is a bit much. And this is an insane situation that the chess world finds itself in, that I find myself in. And throughout this entire ordeal, one of the reasons, just on a personal note, why I have avoided playing the role of not just reporter to you, but the judge, the jury, and the presenter of evidence and pushing your opinion in one side or another is exactly to avoid this situation. I have attempted to give Hans Niemann the opportunity of over-the-board chess redemption, to not dissect his games that he has played previously. A lot of comments I've been on my case about not being harsh enough, not pulling the most recent thread on Reddit or the recent video with data analysis and trying to impose it upon the audience and present. That's not my job. Do you understand? Like, this is why I have avoided this, because that's not my job. My job is to report what is going on, bring it to you, give you my opinion as a large chess YouTuber, the largest chess YouTuber, but also as a spectator of everything that's ongoing. Now, I've spoken to a couple of people who are in the legal world. Defamation is a tricky thing because you've basically, it seems like, have to prove that you would essentially need to prove that the first statement was even an implication of cheating. Then you would need to prove if the statement and insinuation of cheating was made while knowing that the cheating wasn't happening, because that would kind of be like actual slander, right? I mean, all of those different things individually are very intense claims. Then the Sherman Act, I mean, the Sherman Act is an antitrust act, which I don't know. It outlaws all contracts, combinations, and conspiracies that unreasonably restrain interstate and foreign trade. I don't know who's gonna, like, I don't know. I don't know what that kind of has to apply here, but this is a wild situation because if you look at the lawsuit, it says that they would like to go to a jury trial. Now, what is actually going to happen? Are they all going to meet in a room and discuss? Will there be lawyers involved for Magnus, Hikaru, Chess.com, and Danny Wrench, or just will it be both? Will it be one? Will they come to some sort of settlement? Like, will Hans Niemann walk away from all of this with some sort of apology and a settlement of some lump sum of cash? I have not the slightest idea. And what this means for chess moving forward, I don't know. I would like to think that we will still continue to have the same narrative moving forward, such as we will have increased security measures at chess tournaments, and if that means that we have to check shoes and whatnot, we would obviously have better, wanding devices and whatnot, like we have seen at St. Louis, some sort of broadcast delays. But this is probably the most shocking development in the world of chess ever. The chess world has had multiple shocking events, for sure. We've had the splitting of chess at the highest level, the Professional Chess Players Association, in 1993. We've had a World Championships cheating scandal in 2006, 2007, or 2005 between Kramnik and Topalov. This is it now. We are everywhere now. The entire world will know about what's going on now. And can you really prove that somebody has cheated at chess unless you have physical proof, physical evidence? I guess that's also going to be discovered. I will tell you what makes this a scary lawsuit for me is the fact that presenting chess to an audience that doesn't know a whole lot about it is very challenging. Presenting how Carlsen behaved to an audience that doesn't understand chess, presenting what Hans has done in the past as cheating more than 100 times by chess.com is difficult to a general audience, like a jury, right? So I don't know, like if and when they select a jury, will the people have to have some chess background? No chess background? Will that be kind of a conflict of interest? I don't know. Will they ask people in jury selection what chess website they prefer to play on? Can you imagine? Like, oh, I prefer this website over this website, so, I can't be part of the case. I mean, there are so many layers here. And I mean, just going down individually, every single one of these claims is shocking. And I almost didn't want to make this video. Literally, like every single time there has been a development in this chess drama, I have immediately gone here and I'm going, oh, Magnus said this, Hans, someone said, statement put out. This is different. This is different. Like there is so much on the line here that it just feels a bit strange putting out a piece of content about this, because as I said on the Lex Fridman podcast, if you haven't seen that episode, Lex invited me to his podcast. I said very openly, like, I'm a human being at the end of the day, and this stuff, this kind of serious heavy stuff does not excite me. It tires me out. And I don't know what to expect, what's going to come, Hans Niemann is most certainly the most popular chess player in the world right now. That's not an exaggeration. Maybe you could say he's in a tie with Magnus, but I don't know what's going to happen ultimately. I don't know who's going to have to pay what penalty, who's going to have to do what settlement. I don't know if this will go to a trial. How does this even get decided with Magnus in Norway, with Hans in the United States? With different state jurisdictions and who resides where and what was said in what state by whom? Look, I will just say, I mean, I think the chess world now has a new red herring and a new thing to focus on, which is this lawsuit. But at the end of the day, the chess world still needs a clear pipeline of what happens if a young player cheats online in their teenage years, what that means for their over-the-board chess prospects, whether that means 1 strike, 2 strike, how much transparency there is between chess.com, Lichess, Chess24, and FIDE, and so on and so forth. The chess world still needs to get better at cheat detection, second chances, no second chances, monitoring and understanding the statistical and fair play violations and data that come in, and just getting better at all of that. But now we have this other enormous looming decision, looming case hanging here. And I don't know. I don't know when this goes to trial. I don't know if this will now be media. I don't know what the discovery process looks like. But this is a wild document. This document has a lot of things in it that go into specific claims on the report of chess.com, the statements of Magnus, statements of Hikaru. And there's a lot of, in my opinion, there's a lot of kind of unfortunately timed moments in this entire thing. Like the Hans and the Chess.com Global Championship thing. You could argue should have been removed earlier, right? You shouldn't have been so one after the other. And now the whole Play Magnus and Chess.com thing, right? Like there's like these sprinkles that you could argue in one way or another. And then you can say, well, that statistical report came out, then 24 hours later it was refuted. Anyway, I mean, the problem is it's almost there's not like black and white case of anything. It's not like, have some like evidence in a trial or whatever. You have like DNA. I mean, it's such a mysterious thing that we're dealing with here. And yeah, I've tried to be unbiased in my reporting. And I mean, hopefully I have been. I understood what came out about the online and the being a teenager and cheating in random matches and in the online matches. And I saw the report. But as far as I've reported already for a long time, you do not have enough physical evidence to determine that there has been over-the-board cheating. And I think one really just bad thing snowballed into the other. And here we are. I have absolutely no idea what the future holds. This is a shocking revelation. I don't know. I don't even know how to sign off this video. I guess we will find out next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shocking times for chess. But I will be here every step of the way. Updates in a neutral and respectful way to all the parties involved. This is crazy. As always, as I like to say in my videos, I will see you in the next video. Get out of here.